Hey guys, welcome to the Jogo Bonito podcast. I'm your host Pablo Caris.
And I'm your other host, Constantino Guarini.
I'm a Napoli fan,
I'm a Man City fan.
and this is the first episode of our podcast. We started it because I'm gonna be a journalism major at NYU starting the fall, and I want to work in sports journalism. I also started a YouTube channel where I'm uploading videos about soccer. If you want to subscribe to me there, it's Pablo Caris, just my name, and we're gonna talk about soccer, especially the top 5 European leagues in this podcast. So let's just get into it. So our first topic today is the Premier League title race. So, do you think United are really like the favorites right now?
I would not classify them as a favorite. I am a little biased as a City fan, but I do think City are favorites. Even Liverpool, if they make a few signings.
City need a striker.
City, yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Both City and Liverpool need to make some January transfer window signings if they want to solidify themselves as title contenders.
Yeah, but at the same time, like City's issues and Liverpool's issues are both like one player. Like they're a player away from like not perfection, but as close as perfection as it can get. United's problems are systemic. Like their defense is systemically bad. They're not missing a goalkeeper, one attacker, one center back. They're missing like a whole defensive structure.
I would say that Liverpool also have some problems systemically. It's not just that they're missing Van Dijk, because obviously they're not scoring as many goals as they used to, especially last season. I was watching one player that really stuck out with his poor performances so far this season is Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Obviously Henderson.
And they want Wijnaldum gone.
Yeah, and it's not just that they need a new center back, which they obviously do. But yeah, I think that they need to add a new dimension to the midfield, as in just Wijnaldum.
Not even to the midfield, just to the attack. That's not like the fullbacks, because last year Robertson and TAA were just ridiculously good creatively, in a way that like fullbacks just aren't. Like not even like Dani Alves or Marcelo can sustain that. And TAA has still been one of the better creators in the league, but last year he was like second only to De Bruyne, you know?
But what do you think? But the reason why I think it's not just one center back away is that Robertson and Trent have not created as many chances as they have.
They haven't.
Actually, I need to like add something. Robertson has been performing. He has been performing like pretty well. It's not like he's had a massive drop in form like Trent has. Robertson has had like a pretty good season, but Trent is nowhere near as good as he was last year.
It's just, I think the biggest problem is just the fact that Liverpool's midfield just lacks quality. Like they don't have De Bruyne and they don't have Bruno.
They do have Thiago Alcantara, who has not
That's
made the
true.
impact that I. Well, he only just came back from injury, but
he's played like 200 minutes or something.
We should say this is on January 15th, so yeah, we haven't seen him play enough in Liverpool, but he has played at least like 5 games.
When he's played, he's been amazing.
Yeah, but they definitely need more than just him if they want to compete. They're struggling.
They do. They need again, like City have De Bruyne and they have Foden and just that entire attack, and United have their issues, but they have probably the best player in the league this season, or a top 2 player in the league this season in Bruno, who not only is like the best creator in the league along with Grealish and De Bruyne, but he also scores way more than De Bruyne and Grealish.
Well, obviously, like all penalties.
He has 11 goals, 5 are penalties. You take away penalties, he has more goals than De Bruyne and Grealish still.
Yeah.
And
I was joking, by the way. City
can't buy, like, okay, City are in good form now, but for a couple months they couldn't buy a goal.
That is true. Obviously I'm a City fan, and we did struggle for goals. It was very frustrating to watch, especially Bernardo and Sterling would waste so many chances. Mars is not as good as he was last season.
He's not. Last season, again, he was one of the elite
Foden, I'm happy. Well, as of right now, Foden has been playing like recently, and he's been playing really well, which I'm happy.
But he's City's top goal scorer, dude. Like
that can't be. They do need a new striker. I agree. And I actually was doing some research, and I suggested that they sign Papu Gomez from Atalanta because I noticed that the coach
Gasperini.
yeah, he left him out of the squad, and
he left him out of the squad. They had a huge like fight between them. A couple problems with Papu is he's not a striker. Like he's not an out nine. He's not exactly young. He's gonna be 33 in the summer.
This is obviously what I'm suggesting.
It'd be a 6 months fix.
A 6
right?
month
for this for this
title race.
Yeah, but also like China want Papu and Saudi Arabia. Like my point is like you need to really pay him.
I honestly think that he's only 31 years old, so I think that he would rather spend right now 6 months trying to win a major trophy in another league and then go on to China to like retire. I don't think that City would have a huge problem trying to convince him to go.
Maybe the transfer fee would be nothing.
Exactly, and City, even if it was, City could pay.
Like Atalanta have made it so clear that they don't want him anymore. Like blatantly clear. To talk about United, I mean their issues, both their issues and their good qualities are just so clear. Like
inconsistency.
Yeah, but they're the best counter-attacking side I've ever seen, really. Like, their counter-attack is so dynamic. And it's so good. Not just because of Rashford and Martial, who are just, like, absolutely, like, lightning quick. But, like, Bruno Fernandes, like, can spring those counter-attacks so well. They're, I think, the second best attack in the Premier League. And that's without really being able to break down teams. Like, if you sit back against United, a lot of the time they don't beat you, you know?
That is true. But something that's kind of that I don't really understand. Man United's obviously had a really good run of form. They have not been very solid defensively. They have been recently. But when I watch them play, they just don't. They aren't as good as the statistics suggest. Like they've had like I don't know what, like 4 or 5 wins in a row, maybe like a draw in there.
Because like the thing is, like they spent the money on Maguire, expecting him to be Van Dijk, and Maguire's a good center back, but he's not Van Dijk, and he's not your main guy. He's not your captain. He's not.
He was captain.
He is captain.
He is. No, I thought Bruno is now.
Okay, well, my point.
For different games, it changes. Though.
Yeah, my point is like he's not like the guy that's gonna organize the defense. He's a good center back that you need to pair up with a leader, and they don't have that. I don't even know who they could get. I mean, Upamecano's on the market, but he is like
not for January. Fabrizio tweeted out that he's not leaving Leipzig in January. So
then I really don't know who they get. Pau Torres, Villarreal aren't selling him in the summer. In January, no way. They're in the middle of like a top 4 race. He's really really good, and he'd be a great pickup, and he's a way better passer than anyone in that United defense. And anyone in that United team that isn't Bruno or Van de Beek. But that doesn't change the fact that like. You need someone that is really, really fast next to Maguire because Maguire is really, really slow.
Yeah. I just want to say that I don't think Man United currently... I could see them going on to win the league, but something that I realized, when you compare their goals conceded to the other teams in the top 6, they've conceded more goals than Liverpool, Man City, Leicester, Everton, Tottenham, Southampton, who are 7th, Chelsea, who are 9th, West Ham, who are 10th. I can go on and on. They've conceded so many goals. Yeah. They've just been getting. I'm not being a salty City fan, but they've been really lucky, and I don't know if it's not sustainable. I don't think they'll go on to win the league.
It's true, and they would need De Gea to be like peak De Gea, And
another question: do you think that it's time to pass on the torch to Dean Henderson and give him more play time?
You need to let De Gea finish out the season. Like, goalkeeper is such an important position, like, mentally. And, like, you need to have such chemistry. You need to know what your center backs are going to do. You do that in the summer, I think. And I think De Gea is done after this season, honestly. Like, he's, like, about to turn 30. he's not good enough to justify keeping Dean Henderson, who was the best goalie in the league last year, out of the side. So, yeah, I don't know.
He's already 30. Yeah, I think his time in United is coming to an end.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, I mean, United's defense is better when Bailey's in the team, just because he's so athletic. But like Bailey's injured all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a good defensive midfielder.
Fred. Fred's decent,
when he plays, and he's not he's not Fernandinho. He's not going to sit in front of the defense and mop it up.
The way that Man United play counterattack, he can get the ball up to Bruno or to Rashford.
You're not gonna counterattack Newcastle. You're not gonna counter.
Getting really lucky, and if one thing goes wrong, they're done.
So prediction: who do you think's winning the league?
I think City are gonna win the league, and
I think that too.
I'm not being biased. We have one of our best defense in years.
I mean, yeah, Stones and Diaz have been just unreal.
Yeah, and when Laporte is like fully fit, we'll have we'd have like one of the best defense.
Laporte doesn't get into the team right now. Even at his best, Laporte doesn't get into the team.
No, I think he does. They have to rotate because Man City are trying to win the Champions League this season.
I mean, that's a priority.
Yeah, I think that's a priority, and they're gonna need him to rotate. But I think him and Stones or him and Diaz would obviously like they're the top three. The importance of Laporte is that he's a left-sided center back.
I'd go as far as to say that that this year, like those are the three top defenders in the league.
Yeah, they are, and you need to rotate them because there are some teams that it is helpful to have a left-footed center back in order to create chances through the left side.
I mean, yeah, when you're gonna have the ball again, Newcastle, Burnley.
Exactly, and Laporte is one of I think the best the best passer of any center back in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair.
He can even play left back. He has played left back for City in the past. And with Cancelo, I don't know if Cancelo or Walker gets injured.
Cancelo's great. Cancelo's on the left back.
But he plays there and he plays it really well.
He plays really well, but like it's almost like I don't want to say that you're wasting him because it's like the best season he's ever had.
Yeah, you're not wasting him at left back.
I feel like City need a natural left back.
They do. Mendy.
Javi Galan.
I think we need
from Huesca. I think would be a good buy. He has been the outstanding left back in La Liga this year. He has completed the second most dribbles per game, only behind Messi. He's completing them at a better percentage than Messi. He's top 5 in the league for tackles and interceptions, and he's doing this in a bad side, and he would cost less than 10 million pounds.
All right, so I think that we've decided.
Tino thinks that suggestion is stupid.
I don't think it's stupid, but I don't see City doing that.
I don't see it either.
But yeah, so I think favorites. Okay, top 4 right now. Who are you saying?
City, Liverpool, United in that order. And then 4th.
Yeah.
Everton.
Really?
I think, yeah.
I would put.
They just have more quality than Leicester.
Oh no, Leicester. The reason something I noticed about Leicester.
They win so many penalties.
Yeah, and they lose so many games. Like they're half in the league, but here, wait, let me check right now. I think they have actually they have 5 losses of 17 matches, which is just not good enough to win the league. I don't think they're gonna get top 4 either.
So who's 4th for you? I think Chelsea and Arsenal are just not good enough.
I don't know, honestly. I think Man City would win. I would put at 2nd. I would put Man United over Liverpool right now, because they're first. They're first. You know what? There's a big game coming up.
United can't defend.
When is it? This weekend? This weekend, Man United play Liverpool. The winner of that game is going to finish 2nd. I'm calling it right now.
United have 2 such key
but they're also
structural problems.
But they're not. But something that's important is that they're not playing the Champions League anymore. This is the only thing they're focusing on. This is the only thing they're focusing on.
That's true.
So I think that I would put them ahead of Liverpool. Probably
Who's
Liverpool
4th,
3rd. I want to say Aston Villa.
Dude, come on.
I just want to say
If really gets injured, like they might not win another game the rest of the year.
No, they're not that bad. They have
Dude,
have a really good look. Okay, their back line is okay. They have Matty Cash, who's playing really well.
Tino,
Tyrone Mings is playing disgusting.
Tino,
they have one of the best goalies in the league, and they have in front of that back line, they have McGinn and Louise, who they don't have many replacements, but that combination is one of the best in the league right now.
Right, it's a really good defense.
It is.
When they get the ball, if Grealish isn't there, they cannot move it up the field.
I disagree. I think that...
Who does it? Who moves the ball up the field?
Okay, if Barkley comes back from his injury, they would be able to play...
Big if, but sure.
What do you mean big if? He's going to come back eventually.
Right, but he's not going to be as good at,
Barkley, Trezeguet is really good.
Barkley has been this good for 2 months his entire career.
Okay, I don't think that... Okay, also... It's a big if for Grealish to get injured, you know? It's like, if Grealish doesn't get injured, I see them finishing at least top 6.
Yeah.
So, for fourth, I wouldn't put Everton. Everton are not playing well.
I get that, but they...
Who do they have? Everton?
The best team. They have the best squad.
Everton.
Yes.
Everton.
Not in the league.
Better than Aston Villa is what you're saying. Or
the squad, yes.
Okay, yeah, but still.
And better than Leicester.
I don't know.
Everton got
really not lucky, but they just had a really good run of form in the beginning of the season. Kamis was playing extremely well, and he's the only reason they were playing that well. That's the only reason they were getting wins.
Calvin has 12 goals, dude.
Okay, yeah, but that's because Kamis was putting it on plate. Richarlison also created a lot of chances. He can't finish. He doesn't finish as well though. I don't think that Calvert-Lewin could. He's not going to score as many if Kamis isn't playing as well as he was. I don't know. I don't think Everton will finish top 4.
So who will?
I think Chelsea could. They're
9th.
They're 9th, okay, but how close
Nothing is working, dude. Nothing is working for them.
That's true. They are 9th, but they are only 2 points away from being 4th.
But nothing is
because honestly, because Lampard is not look, okay.
Yeah, but they're not firing Lampard in the middle of the season.
They're not going to fire him, but they're not. But he's going to change something around, and when he will change things around, Chelsea have some of the best players in the Premier League, and they're just not playing as they should be because Frank Lampard doesn't know how to play them. Honestly, when they start putting, when Pulisic starts playing in a front 3 with honestly, I would put Werner striker. People are like, oh, he can't finish. That's because he's playing left wing and he's not getting the chances they would be if he had Pulisic and Ziyech next to him.
Werner's never playing in the front 3, ever.
Okay, well, it's worth a try because he's obviously not playing well at left wing. So you spend a ton of money on this guy.
No,
put him at striker.
I
don't know.
I get that. I
People,
do get that, but
Giroud. Okay,
but you spend more money on Havertz.
That is true, and I don't know what to do with him because I really have no idea. Put him at what? False 9 or second striker to
I mean, he played that at Leverkusen. That's when his best season came.
That's true, but okay, who would play striker? Giroud, Abraham.
I think a strike partnership of Havertz and Werner could work.
Yeah, I think yeah.
The problem is Conte isn't, PFA Player of the Year Conte anymore. He's still really good, but he's no longer the best defensive midfielder of all time,
Okay, he was never that good. Calm down.
Okay, well he was up there, dude. He was unbelievable, and he's not that anymore. And I'm saying that he still leads the Premier League in tackles and interceptions, but he used to double second place, and that's what they need in order to play Havertz and Werner and Pulisic and Ziyech and
they can't play all 4. They can't honestly. I don't know why they signed Ziyech. That annoys me. They spent too much. They just spent too much. They bought too many players, and this is what happens. So
too many forward players.
Yeah, honestly, I wanted Lampard to do well at Chelsea, but now he's doing terribly. So.
Okay, let's move on because we've been talking about this for way too long.
All right.
Let's talk about transfer targets in January.
Transfer targets in January. All right, we already talked about City.
City need a striker, but I mean, there's a lot of options on the market for striker. Weirdly enough, I mean, Papu Gomez, we already talked about him, but Milik, he has not been registered for any competition for my team, Napoli.
Yeah, he hasn't played. I think. How much do you think Napoli would? How much do you think it would cost? Because he's on his final.
15 million max.
15
max.
million max.
At the top tier.
Okay, with your unbiased unbiased opinion, do you think that he's good enough to start for City over Gabriel Jesus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I watch City a lot. Gabriel Jesus is not as good as people say he is.
I think Milik could be like a great what's the comparison? I guess like Giroud would be Giroud for Chelsea would be a decent comparison. Just a really really good plan B for like years and years to come.
Yeah,
He got
Jogo. Like Jogo was for City.
yeah
before.
he got 17 goals in the league like last year. No, 2 years ago for Napoli. Last year he got 11 in like 20 games. He doesn't want to be at Napoli anymore, but he's still really 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 good.
And he is young.
He's only 25. He'd be a great option. I mean, he's not a striker. He's a winger, but he's a good goal scorer. Not Milik. I was gonna talk about Ikone from Lille.
Okay. Milik is not a winger. I was gonna say.
Lille are just they're in like a financial crisis. They're trying to sell like anything. And Ikone could be that. Those are the three attacking options I can think of right now that are on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, but also like City could also just wait and buy Haaland in the summer and just like fix the striker position for like 12 years.
All right, we've talked enough about City though.
Yeah. Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal can't create. Like
They can.
Arsenal need a creator. Like desperately.
Here, wait. I'm not sure. Okay, I know Ozil wasn't included in the Premier League squad, so
Ozil's gone.
So he can't play. No, I know, but like he literally can't play for Arsenal Premier League.
He can't.
I can't. I don't know. I don't understand why Arteta did that.
I don't get that either.
Like they didn't even try and sell him.
I think he just doesn't like him.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he's going to Fenerbahce or whatever. Who can replace him?
I mean, Rodrigo de Paul from Udinese.
He's on number 10.
He's a creator. Like he creates chances, he creates opportunities, he scores goals. He only has 1 assist this year, but he should have like XA expected assist has him at like 6. Like his teammates can't score. He like defends like a lot. Like he has like 3,000 interceptions per game, which is like really really good, especially for a creative midfielder. He scores. Like he got 18 goal contributions one season. He's just such a good creator. That like Arsenal could actually get, because like the actually really good creators that are like really sought after, like Arsenal aren't getting. They're not getting Szoboszlai when Madrid also want him. They're not getting Nkunku when like Chelsea and like City are sniffing around and Bayern want him. Like De Paul is older. He's like probably like 27, 28 now, but he's really 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 good. There's also his name is Favre. He plays in France. He's contributing a goal or an assist every other game. He's been unbelievable this year. He's been one of the best goal scorers in Europe. Like he has an expected goals of like, I think it's like 10. He only has like 6 goals. He has 11 goal contributions. He's a great creator, and I mean,
obviously Arsenal aren't looking to spend a ton of money. They never are.
Yeah.
So what about Norwich player Buendia? He has 7 goals, 6 assists in the championship.
Buendia would be ideal. He also works really hard. He presses like.
Arsenal could sign him. They're Arsenal. Like he plays for a championship team.
Norwich have said they're not signing him for less than 40 million.
They've said that.
Yes.
Okay.
I think
maybe not then.
I think that's a fair price for Buendia. He's so good. But I mean, if you don't pay that for him now, I mean, this season's like a wash for Arsenal at this point, right?
I mean, they're on a good run of form, but like they're still only like 10th. So.
Yeah, I mean, if it's between getting like Eriksen right now,
Eriksen would never go to Arsenal.
I mean, he might.
He would not go to Arsenal.
I think he might.
No, he would not.
Between getting like
he's a former. He was in Tottenham like a year ago. Not even.
Inter don't want him.
Inter don't want him, but I don't think he'd go to Arsenal.
I mean, by the way, the irony of like Arsenal not being able to create and the best creator in Europe this season having been sold by them in the summer, Mkhitaryan, who has like 8 assists and like 10 expected assists and like 7 goals. Like he's been like one of the best players in Italy, if not the best player in Italy.
Wait, they sold him? They sold him. They didn't like loan him out or anything.
No,
buyback on. Damn, that sucks.
So I mean, I'd get Bundy in the summer if that was an option. The only problem is like obviously he would stunt Emil Smith Rowe's growth.
I didn't know that. I thought before his season, obviously, I thought he was number 9. I thought that's what he played in Germany.
I don't know.
Smith Rowe.
But he's obviously played as a creative midfielder at Arsenal.
Obviously, he's on a good run of form, but I think at the end of the season, I don't know if they'll sign a number 10 in January, but by the end of the season, they'll know whether or not they need one.
Honestly, I'd get DePaul if you can get him in January. Like Udinese aren't good, and they can reinvest the 30 million they get from the DePaul sale into like other places of their team to make sure they don't go down, because they are in real trouble of going down. And like it doesn't matter how many chances DePaul creates if like they can't score them.
Yeah.
So I think they might be willing to sell, and I think he fixes your creativity. He fixes your creativity for the next like 5-6 years. Obviously if you can get Bundy in the summer, you get Bundy in the summer, and if that means not getting DePaul, then that's fine. You're not getting Aouar. Like Leon are in the middle of a title race. They're probably gonna lose Depay at some point. Like you're not getting Aouar. So I think DePaul or Buendia have to be the guys to get. Now Arsenal need a creator, but I mean, Southampton like literally have no quality.
They don't. But honestly, I don't know if they're looking for one. They have a system that is holding them back a little. I don't think they're.
It's not even holding them back. It's like
holding them back.
they have that system because they have no one that can create anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Because the only way they can create chances is by pressing really, really high up the pitch. Because like no one in that team is good. Like apart from Danny Ings, like there's no quality in that team. Like there's no good players.
So who would you suggest as a creator? Besides, is there anyone that we haven't mentioned yet for Arsenal that you would suggest?
Man, I mean, I'd look for a loan move for 6 months. Any of Barcelona's youngsters, Alenia or Pedri or.
Alenia, I'm pretty sure Alenia left on loan.
Where?
I don't know. I got a notification on my phone.
Or I don't even know who you can get. Dude, it might be risky, but maybe getting Ozil in. Like from
I would love to see that. I mean Ozil's obviously a really good player. I'd love to see him play in the Premier League again, but I don't see him going to Southampton.
But honestly, just any like
because he wants to go to Turkey.
Dude, any good player. Like they don't have good players like anywhere in the pitch apart from Danny Ings.
And oh come on, James Ward-Prowse is good.
Not really. Like what's he good at?
Free kicks.
Okay, yeah, cool. Like cool.
No, come on. Like obviously.
Again, what's he good at? Like what does he do well?
He's a number 6. He moves the ball up and down the field. He is the only creator on the field. He's the closest thing to a creator on the field.
They don't have good players. Like they don't have like Leicester and Wolves, and like there's so many teams that have good players that are competing. I mean, Wolves aren't this year, but like that could be competing for that. And Southampton just do not have good players.
That is true.
So yeah, I don't know who you get, but like you just need quality at Southampton.
All right, the final team we're gonna be looking at
is Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. They've had a weird season.
They're kind of similar, like obviously not the same situation as Southampton, but it's a situation in which like you just need a good attacking player, like good for Southampton and good for Real Madrid are two completely different stratospheres. But so you just need a good attacking player because Modric hasn't been that good, and he's 35.
Yeah.
Kroos can't run.
What about he's obviously like Real Madrid or Real Madrid. They will like sign someone for a lot of money, and someone who has obviously had like a lot of links to Real Madrid is Pogba, who's out of contract in June.
I mean,
yeah. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. Because unless Man United somehow win the league, I don't see him staying there. No, especially with his agent,
absolutely
who said like all that.
No, yeah, absolutely not. I mean, Pogba would be great because like I mean, again, Madrid had 3 years where Casemiro was an elite defensive midfielder, and Kroos could just stay in like circle in the middle of the pitch and not move the entire game, and just pass the ball, which is what he did, and he did it really well. But that's what he did. Um, I mean, they have good fullbacks, they have good center backs. Although the situation with Ramos is really weird, but that's a whole different issue. Obviously, Benzema is good, and but you need a good Hazard hasn't done anything.
You got injured again.
Yeah, you need a good attacker, and there's options. Even if you can't get Pogba, even if you don't want to pay Pogba because whatever you want to get Mbappe in the summer. I mean, Dominic Szoboszlai from RB Salzburg, Christopher Nkunku from RB Leipzig. Again, Rodrigo de Paul. I mean, it looks like Fabian Ruiz doesn't want to stay at Napoli, and he's not an attacking option, but he progresses the ball really, really well. Oh my God! So Szoboszlai moved to Leipzig. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, when that happened.
I don't know. Recently.
I didn't know that.
Well, they're it's a feeder club, bro.
I mean, in that case,
it's a Red Bull.
Well, in that case, how many creative midfielders do Leipzig have now? They have Paqueta, they have Olmo, they have no, Paqueta's at Lyon. They have Olmo, they have Nkunku, they have now Szoboszlai, they have Sabitzer, they have Haidara.
Yeah.
You could get any of those players without quality to your team, but also Benzema's great, but Benzema isn't Cristiano or Messi, and he's not going to carry you to a league title every year.
That's true. That is true. And also, speaking of Real Madrid, what about Isco? You think you see him
Isco's
going to
gone.
Southampton?
Southampton. Isco to Southampton.
Do you want to hear something funny?
What?
In FIFA 17, I used to be obsessed with Southampton, and I would play career mode, and I signed Isco for my Southampton team.
That's funny.
So if he went there, he'd do well. I've already experienced it on FIFA 17 career mode. So.
Isco doesn't work at all. He that would be the problem, and that'd be the problem with Ozil also. Southampton press really high and relentlessly, and you can't have a luxury number 10, which is why they haven't signed any.
Yeah.
Which is why they I don't know, get Lucas Paqueta, get Bruno Guimaraes, get not to go back to Southampton, but they need quality. And I don't know who Madrid can get. Pogba is the blatantly obvious one. Getting Auer would be great. They could obviously if Lyon were only demanding 45 million for him, you can get him really easily. But again, it also depends on I think it's set in stone that they're buying Mbappe in the summer. How much is that gonna cost? Neymar was 222 million. Mbappe was 190. Mbappe this time is gonna be 300 million or something like that.
I don't see them buying Mbappe.
I think they're gonna. I think they have to.
Do you think Mbappe would go to Real Madrid?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know.
He obviously doesn't want to be at PSG anymore.
Why not?
Because he said so, and he won't sign a new contract.
Really?
He won't sign a new contract.
When does it expire? 2022.
Good.
So he can prove himself in a real league, hopefully.
Yeah. And I mean, Madrid would be the perfect destination, honestly. And I mean, I think he'd be a good partner for Benzema. And Hazard has just been bad. There's no other way to put it. I put out hope for him, but he's just been bad. So I think getting Pogba and Mbappe and a center back like Upamecano, who has a £50 million release clause in the summer.
Something like that.
And yeah, okay. So thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye.
Peace.